14.2 is done, 14.3 is here, and are you feeling included? I'm Arthur, let's do this thing. Hi, I'm Arthur, and this is the SC report for March 13th, 2014. Well, 14.2 is over. It was a nasty ascending combination of overhead squats and chest-to-bar pull-ups. Something that again was a higher skilled movement that also taxed your grip. I'm sure many of you were still feeling it in the old forearms today. Well, did it have an effect on the leaderboard? You damn bet it did. Let's take a look and see what happened. Alright, this week the leaderboard has had some changes in it. Let's take a look what happened. Men. First place, Games athlete Roy Gamboa takes it, beating out Brandon Torres, but we see the return of Games athlete Jason Hogan sitting in third. The women's competition, we see Megan Norris rise to the top this week, Jen Jones sitting in second, and Jessie Jo Young sitting in third. A look down the leaderboard and we see Janet Black in seventh. Pay attention to that name and remember it, because we're going to see this name again pretty soon. Team competition, no surprises, Get Lifted is in number one again, with CrossFit Abilene in second. CrossFit Edo makes a jump up into third. Masters, 40 to 44 men. We see Willie Max Villarreal hold on to first place this week, and a two-way tie for second between Tim Faulkner and Logan Clark. Women, remember how I said remember the name Janet Black? Well, here she is again. First place in our region, second in the world in her division. Right behind her in our region, we see Tammy McDonald and Corey Banks. 45 to 49, we see Cliff Lewis in first this week, tied with Brandon Bonser, and we see Paul Schuer in third. Women, we see Shandon Gallagher in first, Mariana Peeler in second, and Kim Dunlap in third. 50 to 54, men. Keith Stratton is in first this week. Mike Groins is in second. We have a two-way tie for third this week between Brian Schoaf and Sean McGraw. In the ladies division, Maud Hetch, again, first this week. Followed up with a two-way tie for second between Maureen Triller and Lisa Loriv. 55 to 59 men. John Mariotti holds on to first again this week, taking first in 14.1 and 14.2. Kenny Dice is in second this week. Rick Mays takes third. Interesting story, in fifth place is Scott Patnode, who's recovered from a lot of injuries from last year. He's tearing it up in the Masters division this year at fifth place in the region. The ladies division, Games athlete and a person that has one of my favorite last names, Lydia Beer, dominates again this week, taking first in 14.1 and 14.2. She's followed up by Lori Bauman and Hyla Rice, tied for second. And the 60-plus division, again, we see a double first place in both first place in the men's and ladies division, with Gene Stokes firmly on top this week, followed up by Tom Green and Brad Stein. Nancy Steen is in first place this week in her division, followed up again by Sherry Coombs and Susan Tucker Williams. You'll notice that the top five in the ladies division are exactly the same as last week's, with Mary Saul poking her head in and saying hello, tied for fifth. Like I said last week, the leaderboard is going to change radically from the first week all the way to week 5. But by then, everything will have settled out and we're going to have our group going to regionals. Speaking of regionals, 14.3 is a revisit of a workout done at regionals. Moments ago, here in our South Central region at CrossFit NOLA, and guys, you're here in the South Central region, why didn't you stop by and say hi to the SC report? Just saying, you're in my region, come on guys. The workout was announced of deadlifts and box jumps, with a little bit of a twist. You see, the deadlifts are in an ascending ladder scheme. What that means is this: you start off doing 10 deadlifts and 15 box jumps. Your next set, the weight goes up and you do 15 deadlifts and 15 box jumps. Next set, the weight goes up again, you do 20 deadlifts and 15 box jumps. Then the weight goes up some more, 25 deadlifts, 15 box jumps. The weight goes up even more, 30 deadlifts and 15 box jumps. This one is going to get your booty working. That's right, it's all in the posterior chain. And after you do the workout, I think we're all going to be walking a little funny afterwards. And this should at least be a little more inclusive than the previous workouts. You see, a big criticism this year of the Open has been the first few workouts really haven't been that inclusive. Or at least that's what some people say. In the past couple of years, workout 1 and 2 have been somewhat inclusive movements. Stuff like, doing 7 minutes of burpees, or maybe doing some burpees and some snatches. This year, they went high skill. Double unders and snatches, chest to bar pull-ups, overhead squats. This is the first workout that pretty much any beginning level CrossFitter can probably at least hang for the first couple of rounds maybe. Now, a lot of people have said this isn't inclusive. It's going to stop people from doing the open last year. A lot of people complained that they had to beg people to do the open only to have them quit because the workouts were not inclusive to a beginner. That's the one hand of it. However, if you look at it from HQ standpoint, you have to look at it a little bit like this. We have close to 200,000 people signed up for the Open right now. This is a competition to find the fittest man and woman on the planet. And you need to weed out those that really aren't there. I hate to say it like that because, hey, I'm one of those guys. I'm not going to really be showing up at regionals, at least not this year. Next year, different story. But this year, not so much. And they need to knock it down. So doing a few high skill movements might be the way to achieve that, unfortunately. Do I think it was the right decision to make? Maybe. I think workout 1 should have been something more inclusive. Heck, this workout that they announced today would have been a great workout to start with. Something everybody can do, but it's tough enough that the high-level athletes will excel at it, and your mid-level athletes will be able to put in some decent reps, but nowhere close to the big guys. What are your thoughts on this? Has it been an exclusive version of the Open this year? Or do you feel the workouts have been just about right? Has it been a challenge to the community saying, hey guys, time to step up your game. You've been neglecting stuff like doing double unders? Well, you're going to have to learn them now. Let me know in the comments below. I guess that's going to do it for the SC Report this time around. A little bit of an abbreviated version of it. I'm Arthur. We'll see you next time.